Good day, and welcome to the Lillyroddyshow, coming to you from the LRS studios here in Houston, Texas. I'm so glad you are here so I can share my astrology outlook with you. And what absolutely beautiful weather we're having here in Houston. I can feel the summertime temperatures starting to climb, and we want to hold on to that cool weather as long as we can. But that won't last too much longer. This week we do have one long void moon, but it occurs while many of us will be sleeping, so it won't have a big impact on most of us. Neptune will be very strong on Saturday, so be prepared to chill out and relax. If you're interested in a session with me, you can always contact me via Lillyroddyshow at AOL.com, Lillyroddyshow.com, or find us on Pinterest, Twitter, or Facebook. My sessions are about 65 minutes, and I cover what's going on in your life, as well as some information about your natal chart. I can always look at relationships and career, since there's about 90% of the questions I get as the airplanes pass over as I'm speaking. I'll always look at relationship and career, since that's about 90% of the questions I get. But I'm always prepared to look at children, health, family, and money. Money's always a big question that people ask about. If you're interested or want to ask me more questions, please contact me. Now, let's look at next week's forecast for May 3rd through May 9th, 2015. Sunday, the moon occupies Scorpio, the sign of the evaluator, for the entire day. Our early aspect, Mercury, opposes Saturn at 3:35 a.m. Our thoughts are serious, and we're concerned about improving our day-to-day activity and unconscious habit patterns. All of us are moving slowly and deliberately, which may cause things to slow down. Watch out for changes in traffic flow patterns, slowdowns in mail or package delivery, or just not being able to get the words out of your mouth. When these two planets combine, Mercury and Saturn, this can be a great time to do work that requires extreme detail, gathering information to improve our long-term perspective, or getting clear on how to set our boundaries. These two planets will affect our lives for the next couple of days. The moon trines Neptune at 3:03 p.m. We slide into our afternoon. This is a very good time to express creative energies, including writing, painting, or trying to find a way to market an item that you really believe in. All of us need a little time to ourselves with this transit. The moon opposes the sun at 10:42 p.m. This is the full moon in Scorpio Taurus. Financial security and emotional trust are very important with this full moon. We want to be close to our loved ones this evening, looking for that point of trust and connection. Being in familiar surroundings can really help during this full moon. And our last aspect for the day, the moon squares Jupiter at 11:05 p.m. Even though it's later in the evening, we're still pretty energized and probably need some sort of mental activity or entertainment. This could be a great evening for a late-night movie and dinner. Monday, May 4th. The moon transits sensual Scorpio for the entire day. She becomes void, of course, in Scorpio at 8:49 p.m. and remains so until she enters Sag at 6:13 a.m. on Tuesday morning. Although the moon is void, of course, late in the evening, most of us will be asleep and we won't notice. The moon sextiles Pluto at 2:43 a.m. When these two planets combine, it's usually a time for emotional processing and releasing of negative patterns. It could provide for an active dream night. The sun squares Jupiter at 4:02 a.m. We feel very positive and optimistic about ongoing events in our lives. We have plenty of energy today, and you will want to get as much done as possible. This can be a productive time for marketing yourself, your products or services, or establishing a new foreign market for your goods. Generally, all of us will be busier as these two planets combine. Even though you have a lot of energy, try not to overload your schedule. This planetary transit will be in effect for the next couple of days. That's Sun square Jupiter. Here we have another planetary aspect. The Sun opposes Mars at 8:49 p.m. Our sense of right, righteousness, and injustice are very active this evening. All of us will take things totally personally during this transit. On a positive note, this can be an enjoyable time for watching mixed martial arts, gaming and gambling, or engaging in some physical activity. This can also stimulate some of the anger that's being felt in many local communities over the actions of their police departments. Try to find a positive way for you to release the energy of this transit. These planetary energies are in effect for the next 4 days, that's Sun opposing Mars. The Moon is now void of course at 8:49 p.m. and she will remain so until she enters Sagittarius at 6:13 a.m. on Tuesday morning. Tuesday, May 5th. Those are the bluebirds of happiness. You hear? Tuesday, May 5th. Happy Cinco de Mayo. The day begins with the Moon void in Scorpio. However, she does enter positive and honest Sagittarius at 6:13 a.m. and is no longer void of course. Our first aspect of the day, the Moon conjuncts Saturn at 11:38 a.m. We take a hard look at things in our life during this late morning. We're very concerned with what works and what doesn't. It's a perfect time to clean out people and things that no longer serve you. The Moon opposes Mercury at 5:32 p.m. We're a lot more chatty this late afternoon. People are more open and willing to share more of how they feel. This is always a desirable time for marketing or teaching a class. The Moon squares Neptune at 11:48 p.m. All of us will be ready to enjoy a nice, peaceful evening. And with this Moon square Neptune, this is a great night for sleeping. Wednesday, May 6th. The Moon resides in Sagittarius, the sign of the world traveler, for the entire day. The Sun trines Pluto at 2:08 a.m. These two planetary energies, Sun and Pluto, provide us with an opportunity to examine our current career and our possible future financial retirement package. We examine ways to make sure that we simply feel safer in our future. It's a very rewarding time to look at different investment strategies or for setting up a long-term savings plan. This can be a favorable time as well to embark on starting your own business or taking more direct control of your future security. The effects of this planetary transit will last 4 or 5 days. I have a little water here. The Moon trines Jupiter at 7:45 a.m. We feel upbeat and positive about our day. It's an ideal morning to meet with friends or potential new clients. And our last aspect of the day on Wednesday, the Moon trines Uranus at 3:45 p.m. We feel very innovative this afternoon and are able to come up with all kinds of solutions to problems right off the top of our head. This energy is best used for community activities and expanding your social consciousness. Thursday, May 7th. The Moon begins the day in Sag, but she does turn void of course in Sag during the lunch hour at 12:51 p.m. She quickly enters industrious Capricorn at 1:16 p.m. and is no longer void of course. Try to get your more important activities completed before lunch or after 1:16 p.m. The Moon opposes Venus at 12:51 p.m. This is a very positive time for relationships. We are much more able to see and hear the other person's point of view. It's a great time to have lunch with someone special. The Moon is now void in Sag at 12:51 p.m. However, she quickly enters Capricorn at 1:16 p.m. and is no longer void of course. As the moon enters Capricorn, we're back to our practical and useful self. And finally, for Thursday, Venus, planet of sensuality and desire, enters Cancer at 5:52 p.m. for an approximate 4-week stay. Venus in Cancer is a time when all of us will desire to make our home a more comfortable and beautiful place. What a nice thing. Friday, May 8th, the moon moves through Capricorn, the sign of the jurist, for the entire day. In the morning, the moon sextiles Neptune at 6:16 a.m. We feel very inwardly reflective this morning, and we're moving at our own pace. Give yourself plenty of time to get to where you're going this morning. In the afternoon, the moon conjuncts Pluto at 4:48 p.m. This is a great time of emotional clearing and release. It's a great time to do therapy or any type of activity that helps to detoxify you emotionally. Be careful of what you throw out because you won't get it back. The moon trines the sun at 9:39 p.m. We feel more social this evening, but we choose our company carefully. We want our activity to generate a positive effect without being wasteful. And not much after that, the moon squares Uranus at 9:47 p.m. You will only want to do exactly what you want to do with this transit. This is a time when you will not want to feel encumbered by any sort of limitation, even others' expectation of you or expectations that you have about yourself. Keep the doors open and the car running for a quick escape. Saturday, May 9th. The day starts with the moon in Capricorn, but she does turn void, of course, in Capricorn at 3:35 p.m. She is no longer void, of course, when she enters progressive Aquarius at 6:22 p.m. Our first aspect for Saturday, Mercury squares Neptune, 11:09 a.m. This combination will color our entire day, Mercury square Neptune. When these two planets combine, it's a time when our logical mind seems to be at odds with our spiritual or intuitive mind. This is not a good day to have to deal with a lot of detail, or purchasing any electronic devices, trying to attend a class, trying to think, or anything else that requires us to be focused. The best way to enjoy the combination of these two planets is to make sure that you have a very laid-back and non-structured Saturday. Get some movies to watch, some wine to drink, and allow yourself to enjoy the escapism that these two planets want for us. This aspect is in effect for a couple of days, Mercury square Neptune. The moon trines Mars at 3:35 p.m. in the afternoon. This aspect will give us a lot more energy for the afternoon. This could be a fine time to go to the store and stock up on goodies and treats for the next movie. The moon is now void, of course, in Capricorn at 3:35 p.m. and will remain so until she enters Aquarius at 6:22 p.m. Keep your afternoon low-key and all will be well. At 6:22, the moon does enter Aquarius and we are feeling more grounded and connected. Our last aspect for Saturday, the moon sextiles Saturn at 10:52 p.m. Your inner parent wants you to act more responsibly and get out of the sluggish behavior you've been in all day. But really, this is just a nice opportunity for a late-night store run to resupply before you head off to sleep. Well, this is our forecast for next week. We should have an easier time overall. And I really hope that you can use my astrological information to make your own day-to-day life better. Join us next week as we look at May 10th through May 16th, 2015. And as always, this is the Lilly Roddy Show, coming to you from the LRS studios here in Houston, Texas, and reminding you to keep those stars in your eyes. Bye-bye.